Hi, Shay here. So this is a quick tutorial on how to create knobs like this with just the sub-D workflow. I created this knob as part of a bass amplifier project I was working on. No booleans used, and you get to enjoy the topology of it and just creating clean mesh. So let's get started. So the first thing I'll do is add a circle. I give 16 sides. And with those 16 sides, I go into edit mode. So in top view, I go to face, grid fill. And the way it's rotated, I don't want it this way. I want a line, straight line drawing from this point here to this point here. So I'll come to offset on the bottom left here and adjust, click on the offset until I get something like this. So now after I have something like this, I press K to get the knife tool, I click and I cut here, press enter. So every time you cut what you want, you press enter. So on this, I press K again, I select here, I press enter. So I have this. So you can see I have these two cutouts here. Now I go to vertex mode. And vertex mode, I select this part here. I also select this part here. I press S and X to scale on the X axis. As you can see, I'm moving this shape in. So we have this shape here. You can keep pushing it depending on how grippy you want the surface to be. I like it around here. What I'll do is select these faces here. Hold down shift and select these faces here. Now with the faces selected, I'll extrude up, press Z, extrude on the Z axis, and then I'll go to edge selection mode. Select these edges all around. Select these edges all around. Press E and Z to extrude down. Now we are getting this shape. And next thing we'll do is to go to our modifiers, and I'll add a subdivision surface modifier. So increase that value to about 3. Now we'll also add one more called the bevel modifier. So you could add this bevel manually, but it's destructive. This means that anything happens, you can make changes, but with this modifier added, we can make changes too. So we'll take the bevel modifier to the top, bring it above the subdivision surface modifier. So next thing we'll do is select those edges where we'll get the bevel modifier applied. So I select these edges around here. You can hold down Shift and Alt or Option of your mark, so it selects like a loop, right? When this loop here, you can hold down Shift and Option. So we want this loop here. Ensure that you select every loop that you want based on what we have here. These are the loops we want. So select all the edges where we want the bevels applied only. So you press N if you don't have this panel open. This is the N panel, properties panel. So you can change this main bevel weight from 0 to 1. Alright. And then under the bevel modifier, you change the limit method from angle to weight. So as you can see, something's already changing. Now our bevel is only being applied to the edges where we've assigned this main bevel weight to. So now the next thing we'll do, we'll come to the segment, increase this to 2, and reduce the amount. You can hold down Shift for it to get, moving smaller values. Also, you can come to profile, change this if you want. And under geometry, you can select arc on the first part. And since we are done, but not really, you can still slide these edges here. Press GG and slide them to the bottom. You can also press GG and slide them to the back to give you that fountain look. And now with this, you can shade auto smooth. You can also increase your subdivision surface values if you want to 4, and there you have it, with no booleans, just pure subdivision surface workflow. So if you want to see how I texture this, add labels and create designs for it, check this next video. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.